binoculars in this game. This save, I should say. There we go. Can we zoom in? Can we zoom in? Could have sworn there's a method of zooming in. Yeah, there it is. Up on the D-pad, or down on the D-pad. Yeah, apparently, this rather odd-looking lady was supposed to be more important in the story of the game, but apparently that never got finished, or it got dropped for some reason. Who knows? Also, weirdly enough, you were supposed to fight Nito, the Grave Lord, here instead. Like, this floor was supposed to collapse, and there was an area down below. Now, I'll leave it up to viewers if I should kill her or not, because I don't technically have to. Or we'll talk to her so you
Who
can...
art thou? One of us thou art not.
Clearly not.
If thou hast misstepped into this world, plunge down from the plank and hurry home. If thou seekest I, thine desires shall be requited not.
Friend-zoned again.
Thou must returneth whence thou came.
Sure.
This land is peaceful, its inhabitants kind, but
I
thou dost not belong.
I don't think they
I
are.
beg of thee,
I'm pretty sure fucking
plunge
wheel skeletons
down
aren't what I
from
would
the
consider
plank
kind.
and hurry home.
So, we can attack her. We can fight her. If you guys want to see it, we'll do it. I wouldn't mind. I don't really have any waifu-ish connections to this lady and her fuzzy tail. But she's also barely a boss fight, honestly. She just turns invisible and tries to smack you with her scythe, but if you just dual hand and smack her a bunch of times, she tends to fall over because she's not very good at fighting. I mean, that scythe is pretty scary, but she's not, like, what I would call intimidating. Nice head horns. Oh yeah, she's Priscilla the Crossbreed, by the way, that's her name. Crossbred with a dragon, somehow. A lot of people say it's Guinevere, the sun goddess, crossbred with, what's his name, Seath the Scaleless, and made this fun thing. But Seath is all crystally, and she's kind of furry. I don't know. Who knows, maybe Seath just kind of made her. A weird... See that blur on her hair? Yeah, that's weird. Like, it's blurred where I'm looking, like, where it intersects with that window. Weird. Am I blurred where I intersect with that window? No. It's only her hair that does it. Face. Only part of her hair. ES Fix is an interesting drug. Oh. Oh, armor's not here. Armor's not here. Hold on a sec. Gotta quit and reset. So here's the other two characters I was playing. This one is the really big, heavy character in heavy armor. She's a fat black lady. She beats everyone who disagrees with her with a large stick, so I named her Tumbler. And this is that hunter I was using. I use a lot of demon weapons on him. So, Demon Hunter. Oh, I kicked us out of the fog. Back in we go. Oh, it also deloaded my fucking prism stones. Well, one more for you. Yep, there's the corpse. There's our armor. Xanatos. Perfect. This is a reference to a very similar hat from Demon Souls. In Demon Souls, this was the hat of the Yellow King, a boss of one of the levels there who summoned other players to fight as the actual boss. Fuck it. Let's just go full Xanatos. Or Xanthus. Xanatos is the villain from that one Gargoyles show. Yep. Looks incredibly silly when you roll. Although in the Demon Souls one, it was less of a big, wobbly lump on your head and more of just a giant cone. Like, it looked like you were wearing a yellow tornado. Off we go. Splat. It was all a trick. Okay, so that's the Painted World. And these are the Painted Guardians. Did I forget to get the Painted Guardian armor set? If I did, I'm not going back for it. Fuck it. Oh, no, there it is. Hood worn by the Alabasta Guardians of the Painted... Yeah. The other armor I got, as long as these guys don't notice me, was this black cleric stuff. It's the stuff the partner up in the tower wears, as I said before. Has a unique mask, too, I believe. With a unique, well, of course it's unique, but it has a unique, yeah, separation from worldly desires. That's what it looks like. I like this armor in DS2 better, honestly. Even though it's essentially identical. Throw that on. What does that look like? Weird. Aww. None of those gloves are long enough. Need the manchettes. Yeah, like that. That's a good one. Let's go back to our Xanthus. Actually, one interesting thing in this game, I don't know if I can show it off. I'd have to look up exactly which armors do it. But there are certain armors that their models change depending on what other pieces you have on. Like, there are sleeves that will be rolled up or rolled down depending on what gloves you're wearing. It's pretty neat. Yoop. How you doing? Yoop. Get whacked, motherfucker. Ah, the armor and weapons of Iron Tarkus. Oh, Tarkus. Tarkus is an NPC that can single-handedly defeat the boss of Sense Fortress. He's pretty neat. Pretty neat guy. Completely fucking overpowered. He don't afraid of nothing. What do we have to do here now? I beat Biggie Smalls, did I not? Pretty sure. Let's check my equipment. Yeah, Lord Vessel. So I beat Biggie Smalls. Means I should get the fuck out of here. I got work to do. Got things to see. Got men to put to death. Now, there is two pathways we can go here now. One of which will lead. One of which is the sort of standard path. And the standard path involves us going to see a guy named King Seeker Framped, and he will take us to a couple places, tell us some stuff, feed us some lines. Nice thighs. Nice light purple thighs. Feed us some lines and tell us to do some stuff. Or we can go a more roundabout route, and we can get to a different guy who will, if we give him some humanity, give us some really neat armor. Some armor I like. It's neat in that it's very silly looking. Makes it look like fucking Skeletor. Let's warp to... Where can I go that does not require... Oh, this is a nuisance. Okay. Trying to think, because there's all sorts of things we could... I think... Okay, we'll try this. I think I can get the more interesting, less seen stuff by doing something here. Let me just clip right through that. You can tell these doorways are not magical hat accessible. So we got this big penis here, big gangly toothy penis, and normally you would talk to him and he'd be like, Joe's undead, go do a thing, go do another thing, go kill all these gods so you can become a god. Woo! But he's kind of a liar, probably, maybe, we don't know. And he doesn't give you anything interesting. He's just kind of like the standard path. So rather than talking to him... Hello? Thank you, inexplicable magic. Parachute. Wish you were there all the time. It helped me with a lot of things. Alright, so, before we do this... normally, if you talk to him, he would elucidate your fate, as he puts it. Tell you have to go kill all these things we saw in the intro and beat Lord Gwyn and take his place. And then he'd take you down here and tell you to put the Lord Vessel into that. Here's the description of the Lord Vessel, by the way. It actually says, who is destined to succeed Lord Gwyn. Art of warping between bonfires to open the final door, place this vessel on the fire link altar to fill it with powerful souls. That's essentially the hey, you may have somehow pissed off Frampt and missed the other serpent Kath down in the fun place. But this is like, it's like the you fucked everything up, but we still gotta tell you what the fuck to do. So here is the fire link altar. We'll put this here. Somehow carried that without nosing it. Maybe we fit it inside of our big stupid helmet. Put that there. Put that in place. I sure hope a big old laser doesn't shoot out of this and fucking destroy. Oh, fuck you! So, the reason why we have to put this here is because it unlocks a bunch of otherwise unopenable doorways. Which we will see here. This one is in the Tomb of the Giants. Place we haven't been yet. This one is over in Anor Londo. Place we haven't been to that gate, but we've been to Anor Londo. And this one is down in the Demon Ruins. Fun place. Alright. Now then. Warp to Anor Londo. Now, the reason we're doing it this way is because I want to do the Dark Lord path. It's the path most people don't actually see after going through the game, because it's kind of hard to get into. Like, it's kind of hard to figure out, or not figure out. Once you know it's there, it's easy, but it's kind of hard to stumble into because you have to really go kind of out of your way to do it. So we're going to go for the Dark Lord path. I'm going to try and talk to Koth. The clearly more trustworthy. Ow. That lock on. Switching my camera around, making me run back into him. Yeah, you can stay back there. I don't care about you. So we're doing it this way because I want to get that, but I also don't want to go get the Covenant of Artorias yet, because we could possibly get a special scene if we don't do that. So what I'm going to actually do is get in here. Wait, did I free Dusk? Do I have the Dusk Crown ring? I do not. Okay. I have to do that too then. Anyway, there are two things you need to do. I'll go quickly hit up the bonfire here so I can just warp right back to it. Somehow managed to not take the full brunt of that. Oops, took the full brunt of that. Yeah, you have to what we're going to do is go into the DLC. And I'm going to try and get to the point, or beat the DLC essentially, or get to the point in the DLC where I can unlock the special cutscene with Sif, or Sif the Great Grey Wolf. This guy's a nuisance. Because his armor causes you to ting off of him. As you can tell. Just gotta keep stabbing his big crystalline ass. Poke. Got ourselves another big silly helmet. Show that off real fast. Fang boar helmet. Quite heavy. Pretty cool looking, honestly. Let's go take out the other boar while wearing this. Maybe we'll scare him. Yeah, I want to get the special whatchamacallit, cutscene for beating the boss of the final boss of the DLC without having yet killed Sif. So we'll go try to do that. Which could be fun, considering the DLC is pretty fucking tough. The bosses there are are a lot more agile and a lot more prone to being difficult to beat than the ones in the standard game. Because the ones in the standard game, ignoring the final boss and Ornstein and Smog there, they're fairly sedate. I mean, do you remember the Iron Golem, how easy it kind of was, just run around in his feet, or between his feet? Meanwhile, everything else is kind of like, I don't know. The only other ones that are really, not even the Capra Demon. I mean, he starts out strong, but his real gimmick is he has a lot of, he has those two dogs. Alright, there's there we go. But the bosses in the DLC are all really good bosses, honestly. And they're all very aggressive. They don't fucking wait for you. They chain their attacks, and they're really up in your grill. They remind me of a Bloodborne boss. I never beat you? Jeez, I've been playing like three side games of this is really kind of screwing up my memory. What I've done. Like trying to read 3 similar books at the same time or something. Oh well. You're dead now. I was hoping for a Titanite demon catch pull there, but oh well. Okay, where is that? Where is that way down? We have to fight us a Hydra. Beat the Hydra on the other one. Now, I'm just gonna tell you guys, honestly, this is basically the point where I usually stop playing the game. I've beaten this game several times, but when I'm playing characters, honestly, I kind of usually only get up to Anor Londo and maybe a little bit beyond that, because I don't know, the areas past Anor Londo are kind of less good. Like, they're still good, don't get me wrong, this game's still really good and I like it, but you can tell in a lot of subtle ways that the makers of the game ran either out of time or kind of started running out of money, or maybe a combination of the two, right about after Anor Londo. And 2 out of the, well, I guess there's 4 ways. Let's see. New Londo is alright. I mean, it's got like all 3 enemies in it, but it's an alright area. And the Duke's Archives and the Tomb of the Giants are both okay too. They're fine. They're very linear, honestly. Except for a couple exceptions, like the staircases in Duke's. But you kind of lose the level design here where everything interconnects. Like that tower right there is the tower we fought the Taurus demon on. Well, it's the tower we can drop down onto his head from. That bridge right there is the bridge with the Drake on it, and underneath it, you can see right under there, is the Undead Berg, and that's the Undead Parish up there. It loses that sort of interlocking, going back on itself design, and instead becomes kind of like 4 straight paths off towards the Lord Souls. And that's kind of it's like, essentially, I want to say the latter levels in DS1 here are essentially the same as all the levels in DS2. They are not in any means horrible, but they're just not quite as good. And I feel, well, I should throw an asterisk in there. The Demon Ruins are fucking bad. I mean, they're not like unacceptable. Like they're not completely without any sort of good points, but they are probably the area where you see the seams of the game the most. Because it's just like, there's an area down there where, or actually there's 2 areas, where they just, all they do is they just copy-paste one enemy like a dozen or half a dozen times. And it's like the placing isn't even good. The placing is very sort of lazy, sort of I guess we should have some stuff over here. Did that kill me? No, not quite. Rink. The splash damage on these things is a nuisance. Rink. We're gonna see the famed Hydra accuracy. The Hydra is hilarious in his accuracy because his heads always go in the same place. Like, no matter where you are, his heads follow a set pattern down. So, the first couple of hits like this are dangerous because his heads kind of hit all around you. No matter where you're standing in his zone of effect, they're all going to be, there's going to be like at least one that hits you. Come on. Come on. That's embarrassing. But as you start to pare down his heads and reduce him to like a handful, like you start seeing how bad his fucking aim actually is. Especially some of like the very last ones where he, like that one right there, I think it just slips sideways. Yeah. It's a good shot. Good shot on your part there, Hydra. That sideways head is one of the more dangerous ones because there's a drop-off in this lake. And you try to... Oh, missed. You try to go get the head and end up running right off the cliff. Hit you. I hit you. Ooh, got him. Yep, and I did enough damage that I didn't even have to kill the last head, I think. So there's our Dusk Crown Ring, which, in case you're wondering what does, halves your hit points, which gives you double sorcery castings. There are some very fucking glass cannon sorcery builds in this game. Ones who get themselves cursed, use that ring, and use the red tearstone ring, which increases your damage while you're near death. And people use that, and they like use power within, and they use incredibly strong sorceries, and they can like one-hit a boss. Okay, are you over here? Did you actually spawn? Do I have the rusted iron ring? That'd be nice. Okay, I have the rusted iron ring, so let's... Okay. No wonder that thing was fucking heavy. There's this golem that should spawn here. But we'll need to reload our character to get him to actually show up. And this character, or this golem here, is incredibly important for getting into the DLC because he contains a lady. I contain failure. Okay, take a swing. Take a swing so I can drink. Thank you. You're very kind. At least I'm doing good damage. There we are. You actually see her up in his crystal there. It's funny because he doesn't just fall down and she appears. Like she kind of appears up there and falls down in a standing position. Quality animations. Nice hat.
It is thou who rescued me.
Yup.
Most gracious, I am deeply obliged.
Sure
I am
are.
Thus of Ulasil. I come
course you
from
are.
an age long before thine. I cannot stay here for long.
I don't see why not.
So,
Some sort of
before I
like
disappear,
Back to the Future
allow me to ask
time
one
distortion
thing.
thing. God
My
damn it! I look like Bubbles.
Ulasil,
Ever seen Trailer Park Boys?
ancient
Look like Bubbles.
sorceries, my hope.
Except without the glasses, I don't need them.
Found knowledge to thee. Would this
Sure. Give me all of your sorceries. I will make sure to not use them at all. She had to take the wide stance in order to disappear. Alright, come on. Yep. 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 There's a ladder up here, by the way. And that ladder, that incredibly fucking long, Snake Eater-esque ladder, leads to another part of the forest where we fight those, I don't remember if I ever actually showed you that. Never mind. Forget what I said. I don't remember if I've actually been there yet. I mean, actually, I can tell if I have or not. I don't see a crest of Artorias, so I guess we haven't. Let's show that off real fast, actually. I've got almost 20,000 souls, so might as well. But no, what we had to do there was we had to kill the Hydra and break Dusk out of her prison there, because she is part of the DLC. Basically, we're going back in time to Ulasil. So we need to get her out. And the problem is that the other item we need in order to get into the DLC doesn't spawn until we save her. And that item appears up there at Seath the Scaleless's house, the Duke's Archives. Let's continue sprinting. Just remembered I probably could have just used gone down to the bonfire I was at down there and warped up here, but whatever. Too late now.